from other countries and your faculty and embark on a lot of opportunities to just become um, aware of so many other cultures. We also, if you are talented, guess what you can do? You can join our community band on campus, and you don't have to be part of the Hay School of Music to do so. And it's a lot of fun. And we also bring over 500 different groups to campus every semester to perform. So let's get involved. We have dance marathon. That's a lot of fun. Clubs and organizations like to participate in it. And Appalachian Popular Programming Society. Many of you do not know this, but Appalachian State is one of the only campuses in the country that has their very own nightclub on campus. And I say nightclub because this is where this group, Appalachian Popular Programming Society, will book entertainment from all across the country and the world to come perform at Appalachian State. And it's student and faculty run. And you can go there and listen. You go pick up, if you're part of this group, you generate the posters, the flyers, campus, and have a great experience. Okay, let's talk a little bit about research and study abroad. Do any of you all think you might want to study abroad? And if you do, let me know. What country? Does Watauga still work if I am already in the honors college? Yes. Study in Japan and Italy. I love it. So about 1 in 4 of our students will participate in a study abroad opportunity. And most students do that around their junior year, but it doesn't mean that a student can't take an alternative spring experience during spring break and go for a week in service in a different country or domestically. We have 4 to 6 week short-term programs in the summer. Spain, that's where my daughter went. You already studied abroad in China. I love it, Shekinah. I forgot that you had done that. That's awesome. So it's something to think about. If you study at one of our sister institutions, you pay the same tuition and fees as you pay at App State. We have a lot of scholarships for students to help offset the cost. If you're thinking, gosh, I'd love to go, but it's cost prohibitive, we're going to get you there if you want to be there. And then the opportunity again to participate alongside faculty and undergraduate research is something that separates us from our sister institutions of similar size. Many students say, well, how am I going to be able to work side by side with a faculty member on my research? Typically, universities reserve that for their graduate students. But here at App State, we work with our undergrads. So that is something that we can proudly say we take pride in. And our students, I've seen students even publish as early as their sophomore year. Okay, Mountaineer Pride, we've got it. We bleed black and gold up here. And that is Yosef. He is our mascot and he is very dear. Has anyone been to a game? Is it exciting? Can you wait? This year we are hopefully going to be full speed ahead for football season. We're so excited. The beauty of App State football is that, yes, it's football. Students who don't even like football love to come to the games because there's so much energy and school spirit. There's great food before at tailgating. Our marching Mountaineers come out in full force and play pregame, halftime, and post-game show. Are any of you all going to be part of our marching Mountaineers? I would love to know if we have any marching Mountaineers. Yes, it's a dream come true. I love it. Rachel's a marching Mountaineer. Yay. Okay, Kristen, I can't wait to see you all. My favorite part of the game is listening to the band, our marching band. It just gives me chills to think about it. So anyway, even if you don't like sports, you're going to love it. And you get into all the games for free. There's no lottery. There's no waiting in line. That's pretty significant considering we typically have a nationally ranked team. Students also love to come to our basketball games. This year we made it to the big dance, the NCAA tournament. We were excited about that and looking for great things in the future there. Our baseball team, comes out in the spring and kind of heralds in that excitement. I love your enthusiasm on this. You all are wide awake this morning. Gotta love it. All right, so App said yes. What are your next steps? Some of you all have already completed a lot of these, but for those of you who have not yet, I'm going to talk to you about what to do next and with your application. Okay, so first of all, you do have until May 1st to confirm. So I know that many of you, because of the caliber of students we've admitted, have a lot of options. And here in the UNC system, most of the schools here give you until May 1st to make that final decision. Ultimately, we all hope you're Mountaineers, but guess what? We really do want you to pick the school of your choice. The one that makes you feel like home, the one where you can picture yourself for 4 years. But I'm going to talk to you about Appalachian's requirements here. So confirm your enrollment in your My Mountaineer portal. And once you make your payments to good old Yosef, your $200 down payment, then your enrollment steps open up. And those enrollment steps will include orientation. And this summer, orientation will take place virtually in the month of June. So this is really good for some of those of you who are from other countries because you don't have to fly here twice, right? But you'll get to meet with an academic advisor. You will actually get to meet some other peers because you'll have small group advising and learn everything you need to know about preparing yourself for the fall. Now, registration for orientation opened up on February 15th and closes July the 1st. We do have a late orientation going on in August for anybody who is not able to make the June session. But get ready because you're going to learn all those details about becoming a Mountaineer. And again, these don't open up until you pay your deposit. Housing, wow. You'll be able to choose your roommate and you will be assigned to a hall in the summer, right before you arrive in the fall. So check out there is a QR code typically. But one of the things that I think will be very helpful for you today to think about is attending one of these first-year student housing meetings, or if you're a transfer on this visit, a transfer student housing. Our transfers do have opportunities to live on campus this year in a wonderful facility. Now, we have traditional style housing and we have suite style housing. And we do have 2 all-female residence halls. So you apply for the type of hall, but you don't apply for specifically which residence hall. So the application is open and roommate selection ends May 31st. If you do not already have a roommate in mind and you want to do the eHarmony style or potluck or go on the Facebook page, you can do that, but you can go ahead and fill out at least your housing application. And then you can add your roommate up until May 31st. So go ahead and complete that housing. But again, if you want to go to the sessions day, they'll give you even more details. But this is where the fun starts. You can decorate your room the way you want it. The traditional style you have one roommate and you live on a common hall. You have common, they're co-ed. You have one end showers and restrooms on one end of the hall, and then you have a separate one on the other end of the hall. And we also, in the suites, have 4 people living together and you share a common bathroom. You have 2 rooms which share a bathroom. The good part about traditional is the housekeeping staff cleans the bathrooms. If you have a suite, you have to clean your own bathroom. But anyway, these are just options. We also have residential learning communities that you may register for, but you need to get on there and do your application as soon as you start that housing application. Those residential learning communities can be very unique experiences because you live with students who have something in common with. For example, if you're a psychology major, we have one that is called Brain Matters. We also have one called Active Living for students who are very active. They want to get out there and have somebody to work out with every day, right? And just take advantage of researching these residential learning communities. Their descriptions are online under housing.appstate.edu. So fun thinking about roommates and thinking about getting away from home for that first time, finding, some brand new friends. Connect with each other now, everybody. Facebook.com. This is 2021 Mountaineers. For those admitted students, you can find out, maybe there might be somebody from your hometown that you didn't even know was admitted into App State you might want to room with, or you may meet somebody on this today at open house and say, hey, you know, what do we have in common? Let's see what we can do. What do we have that's different? And have a good connection. Now, the illustrious placement test. So in order for your advisor to most appropriately support you during orientation, which will happen again in the summer in June, you must complete all the necessary online advising and placement tests before you attend orientation. So the purpose of the exams is just to determine placement within the appropriate level general education classes. So be sure to check this website to see if you qualify. Actually, you can see here what some of those are. I mean, if you are not going to major in a second language and your major doesn't require a second language, obviously you're not going to have to do that. And so anyway, we're going to help you with that. And what happens if you fail a test? If you fail a test, then you will be placed in the appropriate math section or foreign language. Now, this is one tip somebody did give. I was listening on another presentation. You know, you're taking these placement tests. Don't be over there Googling answers, because if you place yourself into like junior level second language and you can barely cut the mustard in the first section, you're going to set yourself up for disaster. So honestly, answer the questions and you're just placed in the appropriate class. There's no really failing about it. It's just putting you in the appropriate section for your class. So don't stress over those placement tests. And again, you can scan this QR code and you can go online also and Google placement tests at App State and see whether you need to take the appropriate test. And the tests are available April 1st. They're already ready if you want to, and must be completed by July the 1st. So take your time on that. You've got until July 1st, but you know, I know you're studying a lot, but on a weekend, maybe decide I'm going to take one test this weekend. Take the next test next weekend. So again, we have this wonderful program which we give to our students, and it's called Early Registration Advising. It's a tutorial, and this tutorial will help to determine for you how to sign up for your classes. And I can tell you, when my son was at App, right before he started signing up for it, I thought, I'm going to take that tutorial and see how hard it is. Oh, it was a piece of cake. And I was not born in the technological generation, right? I'm not really a techie person, but this sets you up to be able to completely know how to sign up for classes. You cannot mess up. We encourage you to build a skeleton schedule. And then when you meet with your academic advisor at orientation, if they feel that you've signed up for a couple of classes you don't need, they'll help you change them. So it's not set in stone once you select your courses, but go ahead and come into the advising session with some courses you've signed up for. And a lot of these will be general education courses, and they will help you at orientation. So that hopefully will take some angst out of that situation. So some of you, even though we have optional test submission, you did send in a self-reported score. So if you did send a self-reported, we do need the official to back it up. So submit those, go to ACT or SAT and get your official score report and send those to us. We do appreciate that. And then once you graduate from high school, we will need your official transcripts which show the graduation date. So please make sure that we get your final transcripts so that you can officially be enrolled. We have to have those prior to your first day in class. And then credit evaluations. Many of you have AP credit, so you've made a 3 or better on your AP exams, or you've been dual enrolled and you've made a C or better in courses that transfer to App State. We will be giving, you should already have your credit evaluations. Most of you should have them by now if you have sent those in. If you still have courses in progress, make sure as soon as you have completed those that you submit those transcripts to us as well. So we want to keep you safe and healthy while you attend App State. So to be prepared, we will need your medical history, your immunization records, and your proof of insurance. For insurance, we have student insurance available for students who are not currently enrolled in a health insurance policy. But everyone, including Daniel Boone here, this little statue of Daniel Boone, we're being safe here. We're wearing our masks. And all students who come to campus this year are going to be given several masks, and they're very awesome. I've got a bunch of them in my desk drawer here. I love them all. Wear them every day. So we've done very well on our campus to be safe and healthy, and we want to keep you safe and healthy as well. Okay, so we're about wrapping up all the details of what to do next, but if you want to take a picture of this page, screenshot, please feel free to. These are just the things that you're going to be doing. And again, once you make your $200 deposit and sign your acceptance agreement, all these enrollment steps open up in your My Mountaineer portal. And that is where you will click on links and complete orientation and housing and submission and uploading of medical forms and all that good stuff. And you also have your admission counselor. Every one of you has an admission counselor who you can call and connect with that will help you with these steps if you should forget something. And our website is very clear as well. All right, let's talk about money. This includes on-campus housing, in-state students for an entire year, out-of-state students for an entire year. This is full-time tuition, all fees, standard room, standard meal plan, and most textbooks. For some of you, you already know that we have a textbook rental program. For others of you, this is going to be a great surprise. Textbook rental, as I told you, I had a son who went here and a daughter who went to another school, and we kept copious logs of all of our expenditures and everything we paid. We saved $1,000 per year with the textbook rental system. So you check out your books in our university bookstore. You turn them in at the end of the semester. No ordering from Chegg and having books arrive late or the wrong book or the professor doesn't need it and you start 3 weeks late with a book. You've got your books before you even start classes. You can highlight in them, utilize them for the entire semester and then turn them back in. So we love it. But again, this is a year, not a semester. And we also have lock-in tuition. So if you start and do not leave App State and tuition goes up to 15.5, 16, whatever, over the next couple of years, you are locked in as long as you don't leave campus to try to decide whether you need to be in college or not for a semester. And study abroad doesn't count. All right, that's a beauty. And we know the idea of paying for college can be pretty stressful, but even if you're not sure if you're eligible for anything, please apply. Most of you have already applied and you filled out your FAFSA. But what I do want to tell you is we have a great session on financial aid and scholarships today going on at 11:50. If you're and your parents, hopefully, or some of you are they're going to attend these sessions as well. And due to COVID, we know that financial circumstances have been stressed and strained. So what we are encouraging, if your financial situation has changed dramatically, you will need, and you've already received, either a grant or a loan or whatever, but it's so different right now. Contact financial aid prior to 2 weeks before, do it now or in the summer and talk to them about looking back at your financial assessment. Please don't wait until bills go out because there might not be anything that they can do. So again, financial aid, this is going to be a fabulous session today. I'd say that there'll be more people in that session than any session. So attend it if you need to, or have your parents attend that. And we want you to continue to connect with us here. So whether it's calling us, texting us, mailing or emailing, setting up a one-on-one video chat with your admission counselor, or dropping in on our 9 to 5 Zoom lobby, coming up for a self-guided tour, or guess what, admitted students, we have admitted student tours available now. In fact, we have some going on today on Open House Saturday. And we will be only for admitted students currently offering in-person visits. So that's exciting news. And here are some contact numbers, the calling, the texting, emailing. We want to make it as easy for you to be in touch with us as possible. And then you can click on this little link and meet our counselors. It's a lot of fun. Yosef over here is doing the happy dance. He's so excited for you all. And we want to be sure that you are as well informed as possible. See if I can click on this over here, if it'll let me do it. All right, so now I'm just going to scroll some pictures of our beautiful campus. I know some of you have visited, others have not, but we'll also go down to the Q&A and see if there are any questions that we can answer for you. Okay, let's see here. We've got, do you know if vaccines will be required for students living on campus this fall? So far, we have not been given that because, you know, students, just like with certain vaccines, we're encouraging students and the population to become vaccinated, but we haven't been given any definite whether it's a requirement. Okay, let's see here. Someone asked, can we still join groups after we have applied? I'm not sure which groups we're talking about. Bradford, can you be more specific? Okay, so you've already submitted your housing application, but you're already committed to Watauga. Do I need to do anything else to make sure you're placed? No, Watauga will place you. So all you had to do is fill out your housing application. They take it from there. The first tuition bills will go out a week or so before class starts. Options for in-person tours. You have to register for in-person tours, and if you're an admitted student. So they may already be full, but you can stop by the John Thomas building and see if there are any spots open. Happen if you're able to get an official SAT score, but unable to attend an official. You should be able to get all your scores from ACT or SAT. Currently, vaccines are being distributed at the Holmes Convocation Center on campus, and I feel that they will be going on for the duration of the year and after students arrive as well. Do most students stay on campus? Yes, we're not a suitcase college. There are so many programs going on every single weekend, whether it's service related opportunities or sports related. Most students do stay on campus, so you will never feel like you are just hanging out here by yourself. You have to confirm your commitment to App State by May the 1st. Let's see, Shekinah, can you drop a link for the in-person tours registration for us? You only get to request one roommate if you're signing up for a suite. In-person tours are happening in May as well. Are string instruments included in the band on campus? String instruments. I'm not sure, but I would check with the Hayes School of Music. Yes, you can go ahead. Everybody fill out a housing application. And if you are in a sports team, they will be doing the rest, but just technically get that housing application filled out. You will find out information about housing and who your roommate is in July. And you go online to the housing application. You put your roommate, if you have a roommate you want, you put their name in, and the roommate, when they fill out their housing application, will put your name in as well. The theater major is in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Everyone will have a roommate. Now, because we're not having single rooms due to COVID, that's a very good question. However, there could be a strange scenario where there's an odd amount of people on a hall and there ends up being a single room, but we fill all of our residence halls up typically every single year. And Trailhead Experience, let me give you a link to the Trailhead Experience. Let's see here. Trailhead, or Shekinah, if you could grab that. My computer screen's kind of going crazy right here. Okay, pricing differences between traditional and suite. Now, you can find this out in the housing session, but it does amount to about $1,000 more per year if you choose a suite. But you're saving that in books, right? Talk to your parents about that. But let me tell you, all of the opportunities when you room on campus, whether it's in a traditional or first year suites, it's all about community and learning to live with other people. Many of you probably have had your own rooms forever. And so this will be the first time you've shared rooms, but it's shared experiences. That first year is some of the best memories that students have come from that first year when they're all together, whether you're in a residence hall with one person and you have a big community hall, or whether you're in a suite and experience that. If you've requested a suite, most likely you will get one. Because, you know, a lot of students do want suite, but a lot of students also want to have that traditional. And when I talked about housing, the suites are single sex suites, single gender suites. If you live on a hall, they're all co-ed, but not by room, by hall. Yes, if you've already put your deposit for Trailhead, you're good to go. Is there a certain date when distribution of vaccines starts? They've started. I mean, I know right now that we are not only offering it at Appalachian for staff and students currently, but the whole community. So we will continue that distribution as long as we can and we have the vaccines. Can someone please, Shekinah, would you please resend the Trailhead Experience link? That would be awesome. Vehicle registration, you will do that at orientation. And students may bring a car as first years to campus, but you don't park on the campus. There is a remote lot, but we have a bus system called the Apple Cart that will take you to that lot. Are we allowed to have outside visitors in the residence halls? As of right now, due to COVID restrictions, no. Not sure what the fall will bring, but only people that live in those residence halls are allowed in those residence halls currently. Okay, exploring majors, you will have an advisor to work for that will help you and do strengths tests and make sure that you are taking some classes that will help you along the way. Suites have 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. Okay, if there are any students on here who are admitted for the spring, congratulations, you're going to be a Mountaineer in the spring. If you have signed your acceptance of your spring offer, we will notify all of you no later than May 31st if we have been able to have a spot for you in the fall. I'm not sure how long you have to wait for Chapter 35 benefits to kick in, but check with the financial aid session today and they will know. Move-in has not been announced yet, but it will most likely be let's see. Let me escape this screen. It's going to be probably the week of August the 9th to the 15th, around then. No, Trailhead will not mess up roommates. Family members will be able to help you move in. The way we did it this past year, both of your parents could come in, or siblings, but only one at a time could go up with you to move things in. We definitely want mom to be able to make up your bed for the last time, right? Yes, typically you will have people that will be able to help you move in. When do we have to register for move-in slots? Housing will be notifying you as to when those dates are. So just be checking your App State email. Get used to checking that. No, Trail Day is different. Move-in day will be announced through housing. They will be sending that to you. And if you want to cheer, band members do move in early. I'm not sure when the move-in date is for that. But they do move in, I think, probably a few days before everybody else. And I would get in touch with the cheer coach. And if you go to App State Sports, you can find a list of the cheer coach's name. If you could find that, that would be awesome, and drop that in there. And you can upload your exemption forms once notarized in the housing portal. How do I get an app email? You should have been given that link. It should have been sent in an email to establish your credentials. And typically your email is your last name and your initials at appstate.edu. Sometimes it's your initials and a couple of numbers. Study in Japan and Italy. Trailhead is early. It's about a week earlier than everybody else checks in.
Hey, Elena, can you touch on the housing exemption form and who to send that to?
Yes, let me pull that up if I can here. Housing exemption. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put the housing exemption in the chat box for everybody to see. That form is a link to the form for anyone who needs it. And I want to tell you, you all have been a fabulous group. We'll take a couple more questions and then we need to wrap it up because we've all got another session to be presenting shortly. But you all have been fabulous. And again, I can already tell by all your questions, you're going to be very active mountaineers. Coming in with 50 credits, should I talk with my counselor first for registering for classes? If you take the early registration advising tutorial, Kendall, it will tell you all about how to proceed, because we have so many students that come in with AAs, with multiple amounts of credit, and the early registration advising will tell you how to do that. If you complete the early registration advising tutorial and you still don't know, then please contact your academic advisor at advising@appstate.edu, or you can call them at 828-262-2167 after taking the tutorial.
Someone was asking about the mini fridge stuff. I put it at the very bottom where it says housing.appstate.edu WTB. I just put it there so you all can look at the things, the do's and don'ts for housing and what to bring. I saw that earlier up there, so I was trying to go back.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you so much. And some of the rooms already come with a mini fridge or a micro fridge and others don't. So you can check on the housing website and you can look at what amenities are in each different residence hall. For example, the newer ones do not come with them. Some of the older ones do, but you can rent them as well. And if you need to talk to anyone about your GI Bill toward tuition, go to the financial aid session or contact financial aid at appstate.edu. Skateboards, longboards. You know what? That's a good question. I see people on them all the time, but I'm not sure if they're actually allowed on the sidewalks or not. That's a good question.
We are really hilly campus, so we're going to double check on that.
Yeah.
I would assume just for your safety, and there may be certain parts you can't just because out of just caution. But yeah, we see people on campus with them.
Yeah, we do see people on campus, but they'll let you know if they're not for sure. Again, thank you all for joining us. Congratulations, future Mountaineers. And if you have any more questions, know that this entire open house is to answer all of those, address those more specifically if you want to get in depth. Pick those sessions that you are very, very interested in. And we all look forward to seeing you here this fall. Oh, you're welcome. Y'all are the best.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day, everybody. I might get another session later. Bye.